farm day again, and today we're going to pick coffee. But I saw something as I grabbed my basket here that I want to show you. This is the Koki frog. It's an invasive species from Puerto Rico, and you might have heard them in our videos, but check it out. See it there? Little tiny frog. Can you see him? And it's amazing that they can make as much noise as they do. This one here is actually laid eggs. Can you see those? So normally she would have ran away by now, but she's here protecting her eggs. And look, they're about to hatch. I know they're kind of cute, but they are an invasive species, and then maybe you heard them at night. They can produce an incredible amount of volume. They'll actually mess with your real estate values. People don't want to live in areas that have a lot of coquis because of the noise at night. And they're also wiping out all kinds of endemic Hawaiian species, spiders and insects. So they're a problem, and there are ways to deal with them. Generally, you can hunt them at night with a headlamp, or you can spray them with citric acid. It sounds kind of harsh, but we don't have predators, snakes, or anything that eats them, so they are kind of taken over here. I'm picking coffee. I just wanted to get a look at that. So when it gets red like this, it's ready to pick. And we'll just go and pick them off one by one. We'll just go around and pick off all the red beans. Sometimes you'll find these kind of raisins, we call these. These are beans that didn't develop well, and so we'll separate those into a separate bag and separate them so that they don't go through the pulper. So we'll start now. We're gonna get everybody on staff here picking coffee, and we should get it knocked down in a couple hours. Kona coffee is now one of the premier coffees in the world. I'd say we're the third best in the world. We have Blue Silver Mountain. It's $140 a pound. Kona coffee, $50 a pound. And then you have Geisha coffee in Panama. That goes as high, I've heard it goes as high as $1,000 a pound. In any case, coffee, Kona coffee, really high quality, really mild, low acid coffee. And so first thing we do is we pick it. As you saw, we pick it bean by bean. And now we're gonna do what's called wet pulping, basically to remove the cherry. So I've got this set up. It's gonna go through here. I'm gonna turn it. The coffee beans are gonna come out and get caught in this bucket. And the skins, the cherry is gonna get caught here in this bucket here. Let's go back to compost. So here we go.
Tu já chega se fazendo, bota a mão na minha cintura e olha pra ver quem tá vendo. Você é boçal, acha que é o tal. Pensa que eu te dou mole só porque eu sou legal. Se acha, pra mim tu não tem graça. Cola do meu lado pra fazer moral pros manos e se passa. Não é assim, não é bem assim. No teu fracasso não vem se refugiar em mim. Você é perigoso, tá no ciclo vicioso. Sempre diz que pega todas, tu é muito mentiroso. De você eu nada quero, do seu tipo eu nada espero.
See what we did, we started with this coffee cherry. And if I squeeze it, you get the This is the cherry, and then the beans are there. Can you see it got 2 beans per cherry? And that's what I've done. I've put it in this machine, separated the pulp from the beans for me, and now I have a bucket full of beans. And a bucket full of cherry. These are the skins. This is going to go back in the garden. I'm going to put this back in my compost pile. It's really rich. It's going to make nice soil. That's going to go back. And this here, this is going to get fermented. You can see right now it's got this kind of a slimy texture. It's got this mucilaginous film. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover that with water and let it sit for about 2 days. It's going to ferment, and that's going to take the beans down to a cleaner stage. So let's go ahead and get these fermenting. So all we're going to do is cover this with water. All the bad ones are going to float to the top, so I'm just going to skim those off. These are all ones that have been bitten by that coffee borer beetle. You can see they've got little bite marks. And what's going to happen is if I leave these in, they're going to break into little pieces when I roast and degrade the quality of my coffee. So I'm just going to skim those off. Now we're going to leave this for about 48 hours. And that's going to make these nice and dry and clean. And then I'm going to pour them out on a rack to dry. Let's go look at the coffee I've got. It's about ready to go. Coffee. It's been drying for about 2 weeks now. You can see nice and dry. Keep it covered so that the rain doesn't make it moist again. And you can tell when it's dry when I bite it and it's hard. It's still got this parchment on it. So underneath you've got the green bean. Okay, so one more process is going to have to go to get milled, and they've got a machine. I'm going to take it next door to Greenwell. They do all our milling and roasting for us. And they're going to put it through a machine. It's going to take this skin off. See this skin here? And then what you've got is the green bean. And then this is what goes to roasting. The parchment, by the way, we buy this parchment from them, $50 for a big truckload, and then we use that in our compost toilets as mulch. So all this stuff is usable, and this coffee is ready to go to the mill. Now that I'm done, I'm just gonna take this machine off, take this plate off, and just give the machine a rinse down. It's ready for next time. Maybe we'll pick again in 2 weeks. See, as soon as we have enough beans that are red, usually we're growing about every 2 weeks now. We're getting about 5 gallons of coffee cherries. That's it for today. Be sure to check that box down below for the subscribe button, and give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Thanks a lot.